What's up, guys? And this is going to be the video you have waited for. I think a week ago or something like that, I did a video that, you know, just basically announced that I was doing an FAQ video, and you can ask me any question you would like. And I said, just comment below on that video. So, it's been a week, I've been on vacation, but I am back now. It is June the 2nd. And I've written all the questions that I was asked in a Word document, which will also be in the description just in case you want to find somebody's username. So yeah, that'll be in the description. But anyway, I wrote all the questions down in a Word document. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and go through all of them. The only thing is, if you ask the same question as someone else, and that someone else asked that question before you did, I'm not going to include it. So, not everyone... There's a few repeats, not too many, but there's a couple of repeats that I'm not going to include. So if you're one of the 5 people or so whose question was not included in the video, then sorry, you're just going to have to live with it. So here we go. By the way, EatenSniperGuy requested this video more than once, so yeah, I'm going to answer all of his questions first. Some people asked like 6 or 7 questions, so yeah, and if the video's not completely straight with my head, I apologize. I'm using a shitty tripod for this. So, yeah, I apologize for that in advance, but I think I can fix that. Okay, great. So, I'm going to cut that part out. So let's start with EatenSniperGuy's first question. There are a total of 5 questions for him. The number 1, do I like my Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 10.1? Absolutely. It is sitting right over there. I'm not going to go get it because that would waste time, but I definitely like to use it for writing notes for videos when I do reviews. I used it for writing a bunch of notes for when I did my Galaxy S4 review, so I definitely like it for that. And it's kind of nice to be able to pull out a tablet rather than a full-size laptop. I was on vacation for a week, and I didn't want to pull out my laptop on the airplane because that would take up too much space. And so yeah, it was nice to use that tablet. So that was a cool thing, and Tyler's calling me, making video. Hold on. Okay, great. So, yeah, that's the answer to that question. Number 2, do you have issues with apps being too stretched out on the device? No, not really. Only one, which is Hill Climb Racing. The menus are just terrible. Like, they're terrible quality on that big old screen. On my S4 it's fine, but usually no. Usually the apps that I have, the developers you know, optimize it to run on different displays. So no, I don't really have a problem with that often. His third question, do you plan on getting a Mac anytime soon? No. Ever since I switched from Mac back to PC and iPhone to Android, I will never buy another Apple product ever again. I don't see the point. Android is a lot more flexible, Windows is a lot more flexible, they both work better for me, and I've been using them longer, except for Android. I just got on the whole Android boat. But anyway, no, I'm not going to buy a Mac and never buy a Mac, so yeah. What is your opinion on Dell UltraSharp monitors? They're great monitors. They're some of the best that you can buy, even secondhand. Like, I got this monitor, which I'm using as my second monitor, for free. It's a 20-inch 16x10, 1680x1050 monitor. It's a great monitor, even though it has a couple of problems, just like little white spots on the display. But no, generally Dell UltraSharp monitors are some of the best monitors that you can buy, even secondhand. So, yeah. His last question. Oh, and what are your opinions on the new consoles? Would you buy any of them? No. I'm not a console gamer. I have a PS3 sitting over there. I haven't used it in I don't know how long, probably 6 months, maybe a year. I just use my computer for all my games when I do play games. I'm not even that much of a gamer. I haven't touched any of my games on my computer for 4 months now. So I don't play video games that often, and no, I would never buy another console. Okay, so that concludes his questions. Next, on to the next YouTuber. YouTuber Lash24, that's L-A-S-C-H 24. He says, tell us exactly where you live and how to break into your home and take your rigs without you catching me and us. No. Also, what was the first computer you were using and how old were you when you used it? The first computer I ever had was given to me by my grandmother, and it was an eMachines eTower 400 IDX. It's in my very first video I ever made on this channel. or no, the third video I made on this channel, and it was dead. It suffered from a power supply failure, and it was a piece of crap. Like, the CPU fan, which was a little 60 millimeter, just a little 12-volt fan, that thing rattled the entire case so loudly that computer was so loud whenever you turned it on. So, yeah. And I was 8 years old when I threw out my first computer. 7 or 8, I don't remember. So yeah, that was my first computer. And you could take another approach to this question. What was the first computer you were using? That might have been my Dell Optiplex GX110, which was also my first Windows XP computer and my first good computer. I still have that thing. It's been 7 years now, but I still have it. So you can answer that question in 2 ways. Sorry about that. Alright, so RetroVintageItems27 and K74UT both asked the same question. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I don't. I used to last year in September 2012, but it didn't last very long. You know, it was just the wrong timing and everything, and I haven't really looked for anybody else since. I'm cool being single. Oh, I just farted with my hands. Maybe this is why I'm single. But no, I'm cool being single. You know, yeah, so that's that. And RetroVintageItems27 also has another question. Why did you use older computers and then suddenly build and buy newer computers? Money. That's it. Okay, next question. SoldiersKnowsBest, way to rip off a username, by the way. He asks, what is my favorite porn site? Seriously? TallDude123 asks, are you planning on getting a 1080p monitor? No. The 20-inch Asus display behind me is 1600 by 900, and it's fine. I don't need a 1080p display. They're too expensive for me anyway. So yeah, that's that. Gaming at Night PS3 asks, since you're into computers and shiz, can you check my channel out? And have you ever done a burnout? No, not checking your channel out. I absolutely despise people who ask them to check their channel out. If someone likes your channel and they think you're interesting, they'll click it on their own, and they will watch your videos on their own. You do not need to tell them, because that is fucking annoying. Sorry, mini rant. Have I ever done a burnout? No, I haven't. A, because I'm in the city, and B, because tires are expensive. So, yeah. The PowerMac Galaxy asks, are you Toshiba laptop or IBM ThinkPad? Answer, Jackie boy, answer, answer, answer. That's an inside joke. There's a community of about 25, maybe 30 people that I talked to, and that was a inside joke. A VZip team and Shortwave Sam, which was VZip team, used to spam that all over everybody's videos. So yeah, that's an inside joke. But I would have to say I am an IBM ThinkPad, because Toshiba laptops suck ass. Okay, next question. Murphy Gun Dude asks, what's your opinion on the Xbox One? Honestly, I think it's a worthy upgrade to the Xbox 360, because that thing was getting very long in the tooth, and it was just a piece of crap console by the time it was done. But I still wouldn't buy one, getting back to the other question. I would not buy a console in general, and if I had a choice between the PS4 and the Xbox One, I would buy the PS4, just because, I don't know, it looks like a VCR. Anyway, Pugboy1321 asks, what's your opinion on Apple and on Android? Okay, if you would have asked me this 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I would have said, oh my god, Apple is the best company in the world! Oh my god, I just love the MacBooks and love the iPhones, and But no, these days, no. I would never buy an Apple product. Apple is definitely not doing the right thing these days. Other companies are definitely surpassing them, and yeah, overpriced pieces of crap, usually. I wouldn't even buy an iPod Touch anymore. Like, I'd just get an old Android phone or something. It's a lot cheaper and it does the same thing. Next. Oh, and on Android. Yeah, I've got my S4 I've had my S4 since May 7th, so it's almost been a month now, and I absolutely love the Android experience. I love Android because I'm really integrated with Google these days, since I have my Google account, my YouTube account, my Google Plus, and a bunch of other shiz. So I can just sign in on my my S4, my Android phone, and I can have all of my browsing data. That's another thing, Google Chrome. I can sign into my Google account, and bam, there's all my history right there in front of me. and it just integrates well with YouTube and other Google stuff. So yeah, and I also love the flexibility and customizability of Android. I can change pretty much whatever I want since my phone is rooted. So I can change whatever I want about the look or the appearance, so I can do whatever I want. So Android is absolutely awesome. Okay, Josiah Tech Lover asks, have you ever been arrested? Nope. I'm not one of those delinquents who goes out and robs banks and steals things and smokes weed and so yeah, no, never been arrested and I probably won't. Mr. GTA 2014X asks, have I ever thought about dual booting with Mountain Lion? Hackintoshes are the most stupidest, that's not right, are the most dumb thing I have ever heard of. If you want a Mac, go out and buy one. Not that I would recommend that. Just build a PC and use Windows. No, I'm kidding. I'm not a fanboy like that. But if you really want to use Mac, I guess you can do a Hackintosh, but I would never do it. I'd have no desire to use OS X. Windows 7 is perfectly fine. Been using it for 3 years, and yeah, I love it. So, no, never do a Hackintosh. Gee, bleh. Okay. Megaman3862, a person I know in real life, I know him at school, he says, do I have 32 swags? I'm gonna say that after my vacation and after doing all those fun things, I think I've gained about 17 swags. So I think I have about, let's see, 32, 42, I have like 48 swags, I think. So yeah, I think I have 48 swags. And do you have any intent of upgrading your GPU? Yes, I do. I'm thinking about going with a 7950 or something around there for my next GPU, probably this year, but I don't know if I want to go AMD. I'm not sure. I don't know about AMD or NVIDIA because the 650 Ti looks pretty good too. So, I don't know. I'll have to decide when I actually have money to blow on a GPU, but my 550 Ti is working for me right now, so yeah. Alright, we have 7 questions from the next YouTuber. His name is Garrison2592. The first question is, any car sub 100K? I have no idea what that means. I don't know if he's saying, like, does my car have under 100,000 miles, which yes it does, has about 68,000 I think, or do I own any cars under 1,000 miles? I have no idea what that question is asking, so yeah. Next question, if you were given an option between Mac and PC, same specs, same price, which would you pick? Okay, when you put it that way, it's actually not just like, oh, PC, Macs are overpriced, because it'll be the same specs and the same price, which would really never even happen because it just doesn't. Which would I pick? I would still pick a PC because I've been using Windows since the beginning. I tried out the Mac for 4 or 5 months, and it just didn't work as well for me. I'm too integrated with Windows these days. So, yeah. Third question, do you like Windows Phone? Nope. The apps are, there's not as many apps as any other mobile operating system out there. It looks like shit. It looks like Windows 8, which I hate Windows 8, so no, don't like Windows Phone in general. But people who do, more power to you. We all have our opinions, right? So yeah, elephants or giraffes? That's a tough one. I think I'm going to have to say giraffes, though. Yeah. Do you like Nutella? Well, I've only ever had it once at school. Someone gave me a piece of, someone gave me some Nutella on a slice of bread, and it was pretty good. But I haven't had it since. So, yeah, I'd say I like it. Pepsi or Coke? Well, I don't even drink soda. I just drink water. That's pretty much it. Water and the occasional mango juice, because I freaking love mango juice. But Pepsi or Coke, honestly, if I had to take a choice, I'd probably pick Coke. And lastly, why'd you stop uploading Minecraft videos? Mainly because I haven't played Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft about 4 months, but don't worry, once I start playing it again, or once I feel the need to start playing it again, or the want, rather, you don't need to play video games, but yeah, once I start wanting to play it again, I will definitely do some more Let's Plays, because I know some of you like those. Alright, Drummond and Stuff 93 asks, would you like someone to give you a link as to where you can buy Brent's music and his albums? I have the link. I've heard all of that shit just because I was bored one day. No, absolutely not. Anyway, Brent's an inside joke. Yeah, just not even going to get into the whole topic. Alright, The Maritime Man asks, hey, The Maritime Man, my inspiration for YouTube. Anyway, he asks, what are your preferences and stuff regarding music? That's a good question. I will listen to just about anything except country and really heavy death metal. So anything else, I'm a fan of. I'm definitely a big rock, EDM, dubstep, and pop listener, I'd have to say. But yeah, I listen to pretty much everything except country and really heavy screamo. So yeah. Suckish PvP asks, 1, would you ever buy a Mac? This question has been repeated, so I decided to not repeat the questions like after I wrote the document. So sorry. No, I would never buy a Mac. I already got through that whole thing. And 2, do I like Windows 8? Well, I already gave this away because I was ranting on about Windows Phone, but no, don't like Windows 8. I tried it for about a month and a half on my laptop here. I used it very extensively, and no, I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. It doesn't have any arrow. The start screen is fucking terrible. All of the apps are meant for tablets. It's a tablet operating system, basically. A very good tablet operating system, but I would never use it as my desktop operating system. Just no. Ethan Jenkins asks, 1, how fast is your internet? 12 down, 1.5 up. I know, not great, but I wish I had a faster upload so I could upload YouTube videos faster. But, oh well. Do I miss the Latitude D420? I sold Ethan Jenkins my D420 last year, and no, I don't really miss it since I have my E6400. It's a lot more powerful, albeit less portable, but yeah, it's a lot more powerful than the D420. So no, I don't miss the D420, even though it was a good computer. Alright, what do you do in your spare time besides going to the park? I go on vacations, like I just did. Go to school. Not much else. So yeah, my life consists of computers, school, going to the park, and occasional vacations. So yeah, I have a boring life, but yeah, anyway. Are you going to get a printer? I have a printer. It's a Canon Pixma MP560. It's in the living room, so it's a wireless printer. So yeah, I do have a printer already. The iPad 360 asks, which do you think is better, Intel Core i7 Extreme or AMD FX 8350? Well, considering that my i5 is either equivalent or like equivalent to an 8350 in single, dual, and quad core like tasks, I would definitely pick the Intel Core i7. I don't really, you know, as much as how can I say this without sounding stupid? I don't like AMD. I just don't. Not even for budget builds. Personally, I would never buy an AMD processor. I know there's going to be a flame war down below, so yeah, it's going to happen because people are stupid, arguing over stupid brands and shit. But no, personally, I would never buy an AMD processor. I see more AMD in the graphics and the mobile market. So yeah. AN6501 asks, what is my opinion on Linux? Okay, Linux, no, I don't do Linux. Linux is great for specialized uses, like servers, and a bunch of other different specialized things, like making bootable USB drives and stuff like that. It's great for that. As a desktop operating system, though, no. Just no. There's no support. It's not in my ecosystem. You know, I mean, no, I wouldn't do it. If you had $2,000 to spend on a PC, what would you build and buy? Okay, well, obviously I'm not going to go and make a list of specs because I just don't have time for that, but probably build something along the lines of an i7, like a 3770K, or maybe a 4770K, since now the Haswell processors are out. Probably 16 gigs of RAM, an SSD or two, Corsair case, some Corsair RAM, and I don't know what else. So yeah, I'd build a pretty good system for $2,000 though. If Microsoft went bankrupt, what would you do? Well, that wouldn't affect me at all, actually. Unless Windows stopped, unless people stopped developing software for Windows, I wouldn't stop using Windows. Because there's not really much else. Mac OS 10, meh. I'm not going to buy a Mac. I'm not even going to get into that ever again. And I wouldn't really use Linux. I don't know. Now, we can take this question as a difference approach. If Windows was no more, like if there was no support for anything and just bam, Windows is gone. If I really had to, I'd probably use Linux, but it depends on what would succeed Windows, like what would have more support, you know what I mean? Like if Windows drops support, there's got to be something else because 90% of the world revolves around Windows. So they'd have to start developing for a different operating system. So I would have to probably start using that operating system, whatever that would be. Watershed44 asks, have I skipped classes at school ever? No, I have not. I've never skipped classes at school. I'm one of those good boys that never skips classes. So yeah, I've been late plenty of times, but no, I've never ditched school. If so, have you ever had a knock on your homeroom door from your assistant principal so you could have a word with you? Like I said, I've never ditched classes, so yeah. Drew Rod Tech asks, can I eat some pudding for us? A5E26 asks, what is your favorite operating? What is your favorite operating system? Definitely, hands down, 100% Windows 7. I've been using it for about 2.5 years now, and I just love it. It does everything I need it to do. Windows 7 is the new XP. So, yeah. Cole Thorpe asks, do you get detention in school? Yes, I've gotten detention once or twice for doing something stupid. Like, we were doing a science lab, right? And I had my pencil, so I stuck it in the flame, and I burned it. So yeah, I got 2 weeks detention for that. And do you like roller coasters? Yeah, totally. They're totally fun. I haven't been to any amusement parks in a long time, but yeah, I do like roller coasters. Sam Haynes asks, do you prefer a very subtle case design or one of those mad gaming ones? Oh, that's a very good question. Definitely subtle. I love my Corsair Carbide 300R. It's got that nice, you know, hardcore industrial look to it, but then again, it's also sleek and nice, and it's not too flashy. I don't like those, like, what can I think of? Like an NZXT Phantom? No, those cases are way too flashy for me. So I just like something like my Corsair case. So yeah, that's a very good question. Game Room 2012 asks, do you like NASCAR, and if so, who's your favorite driver? I don't really watch NASCAR too much, but my dad does, and I do every now and then, and I'd have to say my favorite driver is Jeff Gordon. So, yeah, always has been. I'm not sure why, I don't know, I like Jeff Gordon. And Radio Control 26 asks, PS4 or Xbox One? I think this question has already been asked in a different way, but if I had to choose between a console, then it would be the PS4. Even though I hate consoles, they're shitty. Just build a computer. American Patriot Man asks, if I had a shotgun with 50 rounds, what would I do with it? Honestly, I'd probably save it for the zombie apocalypse if that were to ever happen. So, or save it for some other specialized thing. I wouldn't go hunting or anything, I'm just not like that. So, yeah. Mafia Filpjes, or Hez, if you're Mexican or whatever, you know, if you're Spanish, or, you know, whatever. He asks, what's your Skype? Nope, people are not getting my Skype. Sorry. I don't like, I have Skype and I have about 25, maybe 30 contacts on it, and I only talk to like 2. So, yeah. No, you're not getting my Skype. Sorry, people. Our Sheep Green asks, why do you like computers? Why do I like computers? It's actually a tough question to answer. I don't know, I just picked it up when I was little, and I love computers. I'm not sure why. Because they're cool. I don't really know how to answer that question. I didn't need to think about that one. Where are we? Okay. And what part of America are you from? I live in California in the United States. So, yeah, that's all I'm gonna tell you people. Yeah, I live in California. Weather's nice here. Shit's expensive though. Limonize asks, why you no like Linux, sad face? Why? I think I already answered this, like in the other question about Linux. Has no support whatsoever, and there's way too many versions. It's impossible to find what you like. So, yeah, just that's why, I'd have to say. Robert Fludoodle asks, what happened to your Indigo iBook clamshell? Seriously, do you people like watch 2 videos of mine every year? Nah, sorry. But I guess since there's no videos to prove what happened to it anymore, since they all got deleted, I guess I have to answer this one. So, I got my iBook in February 23rd, on February 23rd, 2011, I think. and I traded it in along with a camera and I think another laptop for my Dell Latitude D810, which I got rid of in, shit, I can't even remember, like September or something like that. So yeah. The K24 Kyle asks, when will we be seeing more videos of your Eclipse? And oh, and I love your horde of Dells. Thank you. Can't really say. I'm getting my permit in like 10 days, but you probably won't see any regular videos on the Eclipse until next year, like January 2014 or so. You might see a couple between, you know, now and then. So, yeah. Jack the Bomb asks, do you plan on getting a next-gen console? No, I don't plan on buying any consoles. I've already answered this, I think, 3 times. I've already said this 3 times at least. Never buy a console. They're a waste of money, in my opinion. Yeah. Toby Venturas asks, what's the worst computer you have ever owned? And what's your favorite car manufacturer? The worst computer I ever owned, which would it's a two-way tie between that E-Machines that was my first computer, and a Dell Inspiron 3800. That thing was also a massive piece of shit. So, yeah, that's probably the 2 worst computers I've owned. I can't really pick one because they were both equally shit. And what's your favorite car manufacturer? If you would have asked me this like a year ago, I would probably say Mitsubishi, but with the way the company's going, they killed off the Eclipse. I'm not sure if they killed off the Evo. I'm not sure. But they killed off the Galant, the Eclipse, and I think a couple of other cars they made back in 2011 and 2012. So, and they want to push the market towards the electric vehicles like Priuses and shit. I don't like any of those cars, so no, I wouldn't say Mitsubishi anymore. But don't get me wrong, I still love Mitsubishi cars. They're just, I wouldn't say they're currently my favorite, but I still would consider them my favorite. Okay, I'm just rambling now, but I would say my favorite car manufacturer is Mitsubishi. I would still say that. Okay, I just like went from, okay, here, yeah, that was a very indirect answer, but my favorite car manufacturer would have to be Mitsubishi. And Honda, definitely. Honda's up there too. I love Hondas too, so, yeah. So that's that. Okay, and the last 2 questions here. Well, the Chinoy Tech Guy has 5 questions that I need to answer, so here we go. 1. In the future, when you turn 65, where do you want to retire and why? I have no idea, honestly. I'm too young to be thinking about that right now. So I have no idea where I want to retire. I don't know. So, yeah, don't know yet. Have you been outside the U.S.? And if so, how many countries have you visited? Nope, never been outside of the United States. I've been to California, Oregon, Nevada, Texas, Utah, and Arizona, and Pennsylvania and Ohio. But other than those states, never been out of the United States or in any other states. So, yeah. 3. How many stated... Oh, that's a typo. How many states have you actually stepped on, including airport stopovers? All of those states I just listed. Like, all of those. So, yeah. How did I become interested in computers? Well, I guess I have to answer this too, even though I've already kind of indirectly answered it. You know, I got my first computer, my grandmother gave me my first computer. I just started using it. And, you know, one day while I was using it and like playing around on it, I wondered, what the hell is in that box? So I opened it up, and yeah, I learned about all the components. I used the internet to help me out. Yeah, here I am today, and I know a lot of shit today that I didn't know back then. But yeah, and computers are my hobby. Like, I love computers. So yeah, hope that answered that. Last one, and I'm just wondering, what's the worst punishment you have ever had, and what for? 2nd or 3rd grade, I can't remember. Me and my friends clogged up all of the toilets in the school bathroom, and we flooded the entire bathroom. I think I got 2 citations for that one, and yeah, that is the worst punishment I've ever had. And I was suspended too, so yeah, I'll never do that again. Matthew Tuttle asks, if you could go back and do anything different, would you? Okay, that's a great question. Holy shit. Computer related, if I could go back and do anything different, I would have never sold my Dell Latitude D500. Never. Would have never done it. I love that computer, and now I don't know where the hell it is. So, yeah. And in life, not really. I don't think I've made too many mistakes in my life. I'm sure there's something, but I can't think of anything right now. So, yeah. Anyway, that concludes the FAQ video, the extremely long FAQ video. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you made it to this point in the video and you watched the whole thing, then congratulations. But yeah. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this one. This is the 2013 FAQ video. I imagine I'll be updating this, or I'll have another one later, in a couple more years or so. So yeah, that's the FAQ video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and yeah, catch you later. No.